making of this, all the ingredients in this.
Associate with them is, do you animal test? And the answer was no. That personal value and ethic list is a big check mark. And thank you, Suncross, for not animal testing.
Please,
I'm so proud of you.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, yes. This is...
जी. Sorry, ma'am, मैं आपकी आवाज़ नहीं सुन पा रही हूँ. आप तक पहुँच जाएगी.
Hi, it's Priya from CNBC. Wanted to understand with regards to the derma portfolio, you're looking at expanding that. Rather, so what's in the pipeline, as well as how big this portfolio could be for Sun Pharma in India?
Yeah, I'm just
you are about, I think we're starting this as an experiment, but with a clear intent that there will be more such experiments as we go along. And skincare and dermatology would be a prime area of focus for us to carry on this philosophy of co-promotion between the prescription teams as well as the global consumer healthcare teams. There are many projects that we are working on. They haven't fructified as yet. And I think the success of this experiment is to a large extent going to decide what we are going to work on as we go ahead. But clearly, I think if I look at the pharmaceutical space, then dermatology, or more specifically cosmeceuticals, or cosmetology as it's called, is going to be a prime area of focus for us.
Yep.
So, would you like to add on to that?
No, thanks, Abhay. I think you've covered it mostly. I think just to add, I think you talked about the pharma. I think on the consumer side, you would be well aware, personal products are something that are really growing. It's one of the fastest growing market, and yet highly underpenetrated still. So I think, as Abhay said, this is just the beginning. Hopefully we'll add more. We will.
Which other segments would you be looking at growing as well?
I think again, as we said, we are here to talk about the first one. Let's at least let us get off the blocks on that, and then we'll take on.
May I add to her question?
Okay.
While that mic travels to ma'am here.
Yeah, this is only supposed to be audience asking.
Can I please ask you, because I always wanted to know,
sure,
why this distinction between, so there are these mainstream companies that practice cosmetology and have these products available in the market that are perceived as mainstream.
Right.
And then, of course, when you go to the doctor gives you a brand name that you've never heard of, but now you will,
yes,
thanks to Suncross. But why does that happen? Why that distinction? Why that differentiation? Because clearly what the doctor prescribes is more effective, more safe. So why does that distinction happen?
Okay, I'll give you one perspective, and I think Abhay can definitely add on to that. I think the one reason it happened so far is essentially because of the kind of legacy that these and products come from. So they've just come from different places, and that I think when you need to go to the doctor, right? And the doctor is the leading operator. The doctor is the leading person in the field. You need to have everything in your product that needs to convince the doctor that its efficacy will be there, right? When you're talking to a consumer, you need to still have the right product, but the consumer may not understand every technical detail. And hence, I think...
Or ask the questions that the doctor will ask.
Questions that the doctor will ask, which is why, because we're focusing so much on co-promotion, because we do want the consumers to go and ask the doctors the right set of questions. So the challenge is today consumers are not asking the right set of questions.
So, but I think you answered it perfectly. But I think it's more a question of, risk-benefit.
Yes.
Consumers would look at everything as, do I get a benefit from a... But the fact is, any pharmaceutical will also have some side effect, however little. And it's the doctor who is in the best position to know about this, to understand this, and make the right choice for the patient. Sure. And then, of course, the patient is free to carry it on as long as he or she needs it.
Yes.
And well, we've got one last question from the lady who's been very patient. Yes, thank you so much, ma'am.
Home remedies जो पहले मतलब दादी नानी के नुस्खे बहुत ही अप्लाई किए जाते थे, तो आज आप इस पे कितना विश्वास करती हैं? जबकि
होम रेमेडीज वैसे सन प्रोटेक्शन के लिए है नहीं. एक बार सन को एक्सपोज होने के बाद जब आप घर लौट के आते हैं, थोड़े से नुस्खे होते हैं जो हम आज तक फॉलो करते हैं, क्योंकि कभी कभार ऐसा होता है कि बहुत हार्श सनलाइट है, हमने सन प्रोटेक्शन यूज किया हुआ है, लेकिन फिर भी कभी कभी स्किन में इरिटेशन होती है. डैमेज ना हो लेकिन इरिटेशन हो सकती है, उस केस में हम एलोवेरा यूज कर लेते हैं, फ्रेश बिल्कुल पेड़ से पत्ता तोड़ के उसको खोल के उसका जेल डायरेक्टली स्किन पे लगा लेते हैं, या दही लगा लेते हैं हल्की सी, तो उसमें थोड़ी ठंडक और राहत पहुंच जाती है। लेकिन रूल यही रहा है, क्योंकि मैंने कहा था कि मेरी माता जी को स्किन प्रॉब्लम्स थे, बहुत कम उम्र में उनके स्किन प्रॉब्लम शुरू हुए और उनको बहुत पहले ही पता चल गया था कि ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट इंग्रेडिएंट है स्किन हेल्थ के लिए, तो हम बचपन से ही लगाते आ रहे हैं, हमको पता है कि ये लगाना बहुत जरूरी है।
Right, and I guess we've got one last question.
Hi, the mic has finally come back.
Yes, you've also been very patient.
Thank you so much.
There is this gentleman who's like, hey, what about me?
Sure. So I wanted to know from you, how often do you reapply sunscreen? Because that is one of the things that most of the dermatologists...
Well, I'll be honest with you. Once I apply it in the morning, that's really it. Unless I am again filming in harsh sunlight, or I'm trekking, or I'm traveling in a part of the world or the country where the sun is really harsh and I have the opportunity to reapply, especially if I'm on the beach or I'm in just direct exposed sunlight, then I kind of reapply on all exposed areas. But we are girls, we wear makeup, and our job has us in makeup most of the time. So it's unlikely that I would kind of reapply sun protection on my face through the course of the day unless I'm wearing any makeup.
Yeah. Sorry,
I'm being honest.
Can I just add to that?
Yeah.
I think Dr.
Yes.
Malvika talked about that.
Yes, she spoke
which
about
was, you should apply it if you're outside in the sun every 3 hours, doctor.
Yeah. I know better now, Dr. Malvika. Thank you.
And even if you're inside at least twice a day,
Yeah.
what I remember is what she said.
Yes,
Correct.
that is something that, again, the mother has...
Makeup on is what the challenge is. Like she was also mentioned.
Sorry?
Yes,
because what I'm saying, if you do a long-working day, yes, but then you have to take it off and redo it and...
Sorry, she actually talked about all of that.
Yeah,
Even if you got makeup on, how do you do it and all of that.
Okay.
So that was a very
If I could just repeat what you said,
Yeah.
try to use wet moisturizing tissues, just dampen your face, use half of your finger, just that much, all right, and do not rub it against your face, but just blotch it against your face, and it's going to be as good as new. So
I have
try
to
doing that over make.
I believe that this can work because I've been using Suncross, and the texture of the cream is so beautiful that I'm convinced that I'll be, for the first time, be able to even use it over my...
Like you would anyways. I mean, even if you step out in the sun and you're sweating, you would reapply your makeup, retouch up your makeup, so it's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that brings us to our last question,
Yeah.
truly the last question of today.
My question is to Mr. Gandhi. Sir, name you have Sun Cross, okay, but this is a multi-time, we can use anytime this cream, while cooking also, while watching movie, or why the name then you kept it Sun Cross?
That's a good question. I think what you need to understand is that Suncross is being co-promoted today, but it was launched 11 years ago. And maybe 11, 12 years ago, the sunscreen had an association only with sun. It's only in the last decade or so have we progressed as far as medical thinking is concerned as all day, all night, all weather kind of protection. So the name Suncross therefore stays, and the highest association anyway is with the the sun and the sun rays. But it's more to do with the evolution of the science and the thinking behind it, whereas the product has actually been launched about a decade ago.
No,
But I would assume that because it's ultraviolet rays, whether you're out exposed in the sun or indoors, the rays are traveling. They will get to you, which is why Suncross.
Yeah, most of the other screen has, this cream has that written that, if you are not, if you get itching and anything, that you should stop. Is there anything mentioned in that, in this cream, right?
It's to do with any product that if you feel that, itchiness or rash, which is very rare, which is what I mentioned is a side effect, but it's very, very rare, then yes, you need to stop application. Don't take a decision on your own. Go back to your dermatologist and ask what you can do about it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very, very much, gentlemen. Thank you so much, Ms. Mirza. I hope it's been a beautiful afternoon for you, where it has been for me. All right, and with that, I think we're going to have just a few more pictures with Ms. Mirza, please. Thank you.